Well, we are back at the Red Bluff Outlaws for points race number 2 of 12 for this 2021-2022 winter season. If you guys are new to the videos, my name is Tanner Holmes, and I'm an 18-year-old sprint car and outlaw kart driver from Southern Oregon. During the summertime, you guys will see us doing wing sprint car racing, and during the wintertime, you'll see us drive the little cage carts here in Northern California. But welcome back. Happy to have you guys hanging out with us here today. As I mentioned, it's points race number 2, and we are here at the Red Bluff Outlaws, and this is my 12th season racing full-time in this building. Now this place, it's so prestigious. I always say it has made me the driver that I am today, and we're ready to take on another full year as we chase an open class championship. So a little rundown on how tonight's gonna work as we get into this video. We're gonna start off with qualifying. There's gonna be probably 3 or 4 of us out there at a time. You gotta lay down a good lap. Then they're gonna do a heat race. They're gonna be taking the top 2 out of that heat race to the A main event later, and then we'll just kind of keep running through. So we're gonna get the night started. Like I said, first thing you'll see us on track is gonna be qualifying. We had a little bit of a small bump in the road to start the night. The engine did not want to clean out when we first started qualifying. It got a little bit better by the last lap, but was never up to full potential. So I think when I came off the track, I was like 14th and they were a little over halfway, and I eventually dropped to after 20th. So I was somewhere between 21st and 24th. I didn't get to look to see officially where we ended up, but like I said, it just didn't clean out. I was using the clutch trying to get it to go, but it just never really got to where it needed to be for me to hit a good lap. So now we're gonna probably be starting in the 3rd row in a heat race. These are gonna be intense. We're gonna kind of investigate the problem. We're changing the ignition, look at some other stuff, see what we can find, and I will keep you guys updated on our situation. So we just did a quick car swap. I'm running the car that my teammate Kennedy Elledge would run. She's not racing tonight, so we're just putting my body and stuff on that and got me fitted. I fit in the seat fine, pedals are good. Just raised the steering column up a little bit, so I had a little bit of more room for my lap belts. We are gonna be rolling off from 5th though in our heat race that's coming up right now. I'm gonna strap back in. They're gonna be taking the top 2 to the A main event. Racetrack's fast, hooked up. I'm not even sure who's in our heat, but we're gonna get out there and race with them. Red Bluff is really getting through the show tonight. They're just finishing up with all their heat races and now getting into the lower mains. We were able to advance from 5th to 2nd to transfer into tonight's Open A main event. I know there was a lot of chaos in those 8 laps. I had to survive. I had to try to put myself in the right spot, and most importantly, I had to be aggressive. I got battling really hard there for 2nd. I never want to, you know, do anything that's dirty or run other drivers how I would not want to be run, and me and the 21 car just went at it. I slid him probably 3, 4, 5 times, it felt like, just kept trying to clear a slider, and the top was so fast, and eventually I was able to drive into one, and I watched the video, and it's hard to tell if maybe we made a little bit of contact or not, but I kind of hit the rut, and it upset my car, and we kind of were door to door, and as he was driving around me, his right rear clipped the wall, and he was unable to finish the heat race, and I ran 2nd. Also, I should probably update you guys on that car switch, how it ran in the heat race. The engine is phenomenal. It definitely has a lot of power and almost sounds different. It zings, I like to say, and then the car is an exact copy of mine, so it also ran good. But a main event is going to be coming up later. We're going to study the racetrack in between that time. So I'm strapping in for points race number 2, a main event. Because of our qualifying run, we are rolling off from 10th, so we only have a lot of room to go forward. There are the B main event transfer cars though behind us. The racetrack has a ton of grip. It really hasn't slickened off today, and I think a lot of that goes to the weather. It's been raining off and on, the ground's really wet, we're dragging a lot of moisture into the track as well as the moisture it already had from being prepped. So rolling off from 10th here, we got some guys in front of us I think we can follow, but the main thing is avoid crashes, try to position ourselves and give ourselves the best chance to win this thing. I think if we get to the front, the 18T is fast, especially on the conditions we have at hand. So about time to roll out. fresh out of the car after the Open A main event, and we were able to start 10th and run second. Looked like maybe we were gonna have a shot at getting the victory there. I really wanted to race the 9B and open track. It's hard to make stuff happen on restarts just because the bottom's rough. If you get into it wrong, you can easily bike, or you're just so upset, it's hard to know where you're gonna go. It's unpredictable. And then also halfway through the race, because my time really wasn't that fast compared to some of the other cars, it's maybe 2/10 off, but really when I should have been fastest, my left front knuckle, this red component, this is a knuckle, you can see it's rolled all the way forward. It's supposed to be towards the center, and that makes the car super unpredictable. Like, you go in the corner and hit it wrong, you'll almost spin out, and I was just kind of into conserve mode there. We're racing for points, I want to win a championship, so to start 10th and run second definitely made up, because a lot of guys had some rough nights. So I think if we continue to run in the top 5 and at least be up there, we're going to win races, because you have to be there at the end to win these things. But anyway, just picked off a bunch of cars early, had some good restarts, some slide drops, some gnarly moments, and luckily I was just able to hold on and make it to the end. Thought maybe I'd had something for the 9B on like the last 3 laps, but got a little high and messed up. So second, I'll take it. We're just trying to keep improving, and I'm sure we'll have a win coming soon with the speed we have. Well, here's a look at turns 3 and 4 and how the surface ended after all the laps for points race number 2. I would call the racetrack we had tonight like 2015, 2016 Red Bluff Outlaws. It held moisture, it did not take rubber, it didn't even really get abrasive until the final A main events. The bottom held grip all night. Was a little rough down there, so it made it hard to maneuver, because with karts, no suspension, they just don't like to go through holes. It's really easy to bike and not be on all 4 tires. I tried to make it work down here, and I mainly made a lot of moves entering turn 3 just because it's so much smoother on entry, because this is what 1 and 2 look like. And I know it doesn't seem like much, but you gotta remember, these are Outlaw karts. We're just a couple inches off the ground, and anything that's not smooth just upsets them. One of the main ruts that got a lot of people is right here in the transition. I mean, if your right rear slides across this, it's very, very easy to bike. But overall, I felt like this was definitely one of the better surfaces as far as like not killing tires, and the racing was a little bit slower. Obviously, when rubber comes in, the track gets faster and the times increase, you know, significantly. So just wanna thank you guys so much for watching this video and riding along with us. I know I had a bump in the road to start the night, some engine problems. We swapped cars. Thank you so much to my teammate Kennedy Elledge for letting me do that, and also Jimmy Elledge and the crew for making that happen, as well as all of our partners, Durst Incorporated, Burris Racing Tire, Adams Investing, Jet Fitness, and Jet Performance Labs, and everyone that supports Factory QRC. It's awesome to race with them, and we're just trying to have a consistent season, and I think the more we put ourselves up front, the better chance we're gonna have at winning races, because in order to win them, you have to be there at the end. But we are 2 races down, and we have 10 to go, and we will see you guys all in the next one. Deuces.